You can kind of see my eyes, the little fleshy dots in the middle of the screen. Anyway, I had a birthday today. It was pretty good. I got a few presents and notes. It's not really special. I was thinking today, in a couple of years, I have my special birthday where I'm turning quite mature of age. So that's like in 2 years, I have a special birthday. But I thought I could do something flash, like have a fancy dinner or something in a really exotic location. Maybe a rotating restaurant or just a restaurant hardly anyone goes to because it's expensive. So I thought maybe something like that. But I'm not really sure. I don't even know what's going to be available in a couple of years' time, so, or even where I'm going to be living or what. But it'd be nice to do something special. I did notice there are scuba diving places to scuba dive and stuff, but they said on the brochure stingrays, you come across stingrays, and I said nope. I'm not going to go across anything dangerous, but I wouldn't mind doing something special. I have to think about it. Because I don't really have any real idea. I mean, a lot of people think fancy restaurants are special, but they're not. They're sort of just ordinary restaurants that serve expensive food. So there's nothing really that's a certain type of special or anything, I don't think. So I don't expect to be rich in 2 years' time. I'm not sure where I'll be living. I don't think I'm going to get this special offer in my email box to offer me a place, so I'll probably have to venture out into destitute places or improve my finances so I can afford a modern place that isn't too far away from the wild. I don't know, but I don't mind this house. It's sort of secondhand, but it's sort of okay. I always want a new house because I think new houses are just clean and comfy. But if I manage to crawl off into a pretty rundown place, and all you have to do is keep decorating it until it's pretty, I guess. But I want to be comfortable, and I sort of always swore I would have any kind of new place because that's always what I've wanted. But anyway, I had a little bit of a ribbing once again about my weight tonight. This time it was one of my siblings, my eldest one. Yeah. And they were like saying, oh, you look like you lost weight, your face and your neckline's thinner. And I'm like, yeah, I've been working out, and they're like, but you gotta make sure, you don't get unhealthy again. And I'm like, unhealthy, this big thing about people calling me names like anorexic and stamping me in this negative light, has gone on since I was a teenager. And I think it's always been jealousy. I've never actually been anorexic. I've never actually been unhealthy. In fact, they've lost weight and they're seeing dietitians and they said, oh, you're low in vitamins. I've never been low on hardly any vitamins. True enough, when I wasn't eating dairy, I was a little low on calcium and iron, but I was conquering that with supplements. But at the moment, I'm not on any special diet, and so I would expect last time I would expect to be 100% full. So but a little bit deficient in something isn't like unhealthy. It just means that you don't have as much as someone who eats dairy. So I was never put on the unhealthy level. I was just told, oh, you don't have so much iron and calcium, and I would be saying that I take supplements, but that only lasted a couple of years, and then I sort of never had vitamin deficiencies or anything at all. Not like I was like unhealthy. Like, this is what I'm saying. I wasn't unhealthy. I was just a little less than what people who shove cheese and milk in their face are. But anyway, the point is, I've never been this sick person who's sick, and everyone's like acts like I am. But they're just jealous, and they're just stamping this negative stamp against me. And if they're sort of little stars in the community, and they've got lots of little friends around them who will readily nod and agree, but really they're all wrong. I mean, if I were ever vitamin deficient and sick, I'd be in a hospital, obviously. That's the worst case. That's what anorexic is, to be so deficient that you need to be put on a drip. And I'm not sure what they actually do, but I think they just put some juice inside of them or something to make you feel better. But either way, I've never been like that. All I'm doing is a bit of consistent exercise, and when I pick up weights, of course it turns your body, and then I get this negative stamp against me. And I was thinking, this dumb stamp has really ruptured my life. And it's all just these stupid people who are bitching. I mean, my eldest sibling, it's carved her weight in half, seemingly. She might be on a drug, I don't know, but she looks quite trim and thin, and her face is quite thin, and her neck is quite thin, and when I was sort of more like that, as opposed to what I am now, everyone was like calling me sick and ugly and rat-like and unhealthy, but with her, everyone's like staying positive, like, oh, she is so fit and blah 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 and stuff. But I mean, it's not like they don't call her skinny or start frowning behind her back or anything. But I mean, because they've done that, but they've only done that minorly, very minor compared to me. I get aggressively yelled at, and taunted day in, day out, and so my eldest sibling leaned over and whispered this thing, and I just said unhealthy, like, who's unhealthy, but it sort of annoys me because I shouldn't have this negative thing in my life. I'm not unhealthy. I'm just being fit, and I want to be fit because it's what I want. I've always wanted to be fit. It's why I started doing exercise when I was young, and it's still what I want. I just like the feeling of it, and to not feel like someone heavy, So everyone knows if I wasn't doing exercise and whatnot, I would be overweight. And at the moment, I am overweight, true enough. I would love to have a more body shape because I'm just hanging on to my hugginess, and sort of feeling all fat. And in the pictures, I've got this weird out of shape body, and I'm not sure if it's like I've been taken off my good looks or whether I'm just so really fat. It looks like I could be fat. I expect the more weight that I lose, the better I look. Comparatively, when I was younger, up to when I was like 26, 28 or so, I was a considerably more better looking person. And, but after a while, I think I've just put on weight. I hope I've just put on weight, and I hope the more I shape my body up, the more like myself that I look, because I miss looking at photos where I look good, I just sort of look just really bad, and I don't like looking like I have two people stuffed inside of me. I look kind of just really chubby, so I would very much look forward to looking what I used to look, because I used to think I looked pretty. I know everyone else at home's telling me I look ugly, but, they don't have my eyes, and to me I look pretty. I mean, I think my big mistake, though, was not wearing makeup all the time, but people want you to wear makeup 24 hours a day, and I think I should have, but, I didn't. A lot of times I was just like natural looks, which no one really finds that appealing when you realize that my lips changed from pink to blue quite a bit, and my face changes from pale to blushed, or just pale. And when I was working, I know if they saw how much I was blushing, I probably would have been fired. So that's why you don't wear makeup when you work, so people can't tell what you're actually sort of reacting like, in your skin. But anyway, so I was just gonna say, looks like I have this stupid battle, this dumb stamp. It's gonna probably try and make problems for me in the future. So I don't like it because I don't think it's fair, and I don't like the way people want to agree that you're sick. They just sort of, they just sort of pack with the people who they like the most or associate the best with, and then they're frowning at you helping people who have no right to tell you whether you're sick or not. Other people start joining in and start frowning at you. And the truth is, I don't deserve it because I've never been sick, and I don't deserve that negative. Like, I was thinking, it made so much sense today. I was thinking, I really don't deserve this stuff in my life because I've never been sick. I've always just been trying to be fit, and it only makes a difference when people start to get jealous of you, or they think you're going to be rich, like get into modeling and be rich. People start saying negative things because they think you're going to be someone, or they get jealous, or maybe you're the type of body they want, or maybe they feel threatened by you because you're the type of body they would want, and they're people they know would want, and then they start throwing these ridiculous accusations, and I'm just fed up with all of this. I mean, it's just this stalking nonsense, and I think everyone had no right, and no one. If you call up the cops, they won't take anything seriously. They won't take it seriously if you're being put under verbal abuse or whatever. They need bruises and cuts, not bad thoughts and mood swings, and no one really broke this stuff off, and it's really hard for someone to want to, because when you're a dependent, you're relying on other people to help you live your life, and if it's you in a negative light, like, you shouldn't be complaining. But I do think that I don't deserve it. I never did, and I definitely don't deserve it now. I mean, no one has a right to tell you what weight you should be, and have the right to tell you anything negative about yourself when you're doing something positive for your health. That they just make these positive movements negative, and I don't know what invisible trophy they might be winning to put you down in the dirt, but I really don't deserve it. That's all I was thinking. I was thinking, I really don't deserve this. So, it's a shame, because I used to react and I used to scream and yell and cry, and that people were being unfair, and I hated to hear them and have them tell me things and hear them yell at me or exclude me and because of their negative attitudes, and like